Hey, thanks for checking out Fast Eddie's Chop Shop. Here you have every right to be wrong, and I'm going to break it down for you. Do you know what's weird? I'll tell you what's weird is an entire media calling some guy an everyday American who is an out and out socialist. You know what else is weird? For an entire media complex to call a guy weird when he talks about family and how babies are great and kids are great. And it's a good idea to have them. I don't know if this bought and paid for media has thought it through. Our population ratio is below ground level. Couple more years of this, and it literally is irreversible. I mean, without like everybody being forced to have kids. Society, let's look at what we're doing. We're telling young people, have a career. This is weird. Have a career. Spend 4 years, 6 years, 8 years in college, and don't worry about the cost, because you know what? Government's probably going to pick up the tab, and it's not really the government, because we're a representative republic who pay taxes. The government is the people. So all your neighbors are actually paying your college bill on that useless degree. But what's kind of weird is they're telling the ladies, go for 6 years, 8 years, do your thing, get your career going. And then when you're in mid-30s, go ahead and worry about having a family. If you're in your mid-30s and you're worried about, or even early 30s, guys aren't looking at you anymore. Oh, they may be for one night reasons, but they're not looking at you for family reasons as a general rule. Are there exceptions to the rule? Sure, but exceptions always prove the rule. If there's an exception, there is a rule. And as a general rule of thumb, TikTok ladies and our government is telling you to wait till you get to that TikTok, clock is ticking. Then you're in a mad rush to find a good mate for life, a spouse. Oh, wait. They're telling you don't get married because that's just stupid. Then they're saying if you do happen to get pregnant, head down to your local clinic and get that issue taken care of. What are we doing? All you atheists out there, and evolution and the strongest species survive, you might be right. The animals are going to outlast us because we're just going to not have sex anymore, and we're going to just die off into oblivion. Now, I know that's not what the far left wants. What the far left wants is a population of about 500 million. The problem with that is, what are you doing with the 7.5 billion other people? Let's say you get the population to truly go negative, and eventually you get it to the point where so many people are still going to screw around, right? At some point, you have to start wiping people out on purpose, which, by the way, they've already started doing since Roe v. Wade. So, listen, we're in an upside down society, and I have one question. And if you're on the left, please answer this. When is it okay for a biological male to punch a biological female in the face? Tell me when that's okay. Can you give me a reason other than some weird self-defense? Sure, self-defense, everything's okay if you're defending your life and liberty and your family. But other than self-defense, give me one time under any circumstance when it is okay for a biological male to punch a biological female in the face. I'm waiting. See, up until 5 seconds ago, that was never okay. But then, all you ladies that talk about the patriarchy, I want you to think about this. The patriarchy figured out a way to punch you in the face while you sit in the background clapping about it, giving it the good old hooray. They have convinced you ladies to clap when it happens. That's crazy. They have convinced a generation of people that it's okay to have segregated dorm rooms and segregated colleges and segregated societies. Well, only for one group of folks. Because the other group, if they do it, they're wearing the sheets. They're awful. But they've convinced this young generation that if it's your idea to do it, it's not only okay, it's great. Just those two things alone. They have convinced a young generation of ladies that it's okay to get punched in the face. They have told a generation of African American people that it's okay to be segregated. What? They've changed the words around a little bit, but you know what? I agree with you. Racism is alive and well, but it is coming from a direction on the opposite of what you're looking for. What are we doing? You know, as I look at the daily events, and you know, I don't know if you notice, I've been doing this. I'm trying to stay steady and do it every day, at least every other day. But I try and pick out specific, you know, I'm looking at the news, you know, not all day, not even for hours in the car. I'm just listening to what's going on, something to comment on. But everything is happening so fast, and the news cycles are so fast, that it's really just the same 4 or 5 things over and over and over. Bam, 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 hitting you in the face. Ladies, that's crazy. And really, you can boil those 4 or 5 things that create different news stories down to one ideology. That ideology is complete evil. You know, a decade ago, or a couple decades ago, probably a couple decades ago, even if you weren't, like, let's say, Christian, as an American, take the atheist. They would look at pre-60s, would look at Christians and go, hey, I don't believe what they believe, but guess what? You know, don't kill, don't cheat on your wife, don't lie. Sounds good to me. Hey, they're okay. In fact, I'm glad they're around. In fact, I want them to lead me. I want them to be leaders because they tend to do the right thing more often than not. The heck was that? Anyway, let me know what you think. What's going on is crazy. Tomorrow I'll try and get into something specific, but it's really, as I said, the same bundle of stuff. Let me know what you think.